Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a wonderful day so far. Today, we are back to decorating for Christmas, and I am loving it. I love Christmas time and all of the special moments that come along with it. So creating small spaces all throughout our home to help us celebrate and rejoice in the fact that our Savior was born one day to save us all is just so special to me. So today I will be decorating our little entryway. It isn't big by any stretch of the imagination, but it is the entrance to our home. So I do love the idea of trying to make a small statement here. Creating a welcoming home is always at the top of my list as well. Entertaining guests here in our home is where we build our community. We have had so many different types of people walk through our front door, and I absolutely love it. I love to entertain, but most of all, I love to make people feel welcome and cared for while they are here. Now, obviously, a home doesn't have to be newly decorated to welcome someone into a loving and caring atmosphere, but it is always nice to decorate for the season and offer a sense of celebration during that time. But that can be done in so many different ways. So this year, as you take a look around YouTube and Pinterest, please don't become overwhelmed by the thought of not being able to do what others have done. Your home is there to tell your story, and that story is absolutely beautiful all on its own. So as you can see, I have began by creating a simple paper ribbon. I am using packing paper that you can find at Walmart or even Target and cutting that into strips by measuring out the width of my level. Now I did choose to write Isaiah 9:6 across it. For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given. In my head, I have envisioned this wrapped around a beautiful winter garland that is going to hang along the side of my prints here in our entryway. And I am loving the idea of it cascading all the way down to the floor as the ribbon curls and twists all along the way. Now, once again, I am just using my everyday handwriting, and then to elevate it just a little bit, I go back and thicken every single downstroke. Now, I am so sorry. I totally forgot to measure how long I made the ribbon, but I just kept in mind that I did want it to twist and turn all the way down, so I added a little bit more. Also, I did try to remember to begin writing on the side that did curl under. So as it did cascade down, it twisted in the right direction with my writing being on that outside of the twist. Now on to decorating. I do need to rid each space of my fall decor and then try to come up with what I want to do next. Now in this case, I think I want to add in a couple of Christmas trees that I found at Pier 1 years ago, but I was really hoping they would fit, and they do. I did end up propping one on a candlestick for added height, and it also allowed for more room in the shelf. Now, of course, I want to add in a little filler to the bottom, so why not add in some moss? I'm sure you all saw that coming, but I do think it adds so much, especially against the darker green of the trees and the darkness of the shelf itself. Then I did add in just a few ornaments for some added glimmer, and I think that is perfect. Not too fussy at all, just perfect in my opinion. Now, my next step is to add a couple things to the bottom. I'm just going to add in a sprig of Christmas greenery and I think a tassel, and we will be done. Since starting my channel, I have found as I work around a room, kind of in a circle fashion of sorts. And sometimes I end up with a huge mess trailing behind me. Dog toys and all. The girls are always right in the middle of whatever I do, as you can see. But I thought I would show you my mess. This is a real life behind the scenes. And I was just wondering, how do you work through your projects? Do you do the same thing? Do you wait until the end to put things away? I think that ends up being the hardest part of a new project, finding a space to put the old things away in. If you have been around my channel for very long, you know there are 4 staples when it comes to my decorating: my color choice or lack thereof, the use of tassels, moss, and old books. I love the idea of incorporating books or book pages into my decor. I have always loved the look of distressed books and their pages, so I'm going to be using a couple here on my little shelf as a backdrop to my bottle brush trees. So I'm going to simply roll these pages into place and then prop them up into the shelf to just make a really neat and textured look. And for some reason, I am completely obsessed with bottle brush trees. Now, I'm sure part of the reason is they are so inexpensive, but I think they can be quite impressive as well when they are grouped in just the right way. So as we continue on this journey of decorating for the season, you will definitely see them pop up all throughout our home in each and every room. Now moving on to the second shelf, I am really wanting to keep the decor a little lighter in color so that it pops against the darkness of the wood and also lends more to that wintry scene that I'm kind of going for in this area. I found these cute little jingle bells the other day while I was at Hobby Lobby and picked them up. They have a very rustic look to them, and I loved that about them. I wanted to have one here because I am going to be using them in my garland later, and that way it will marry these two spaces together. This urn has become a favorite of mine when it comes to decorating as of late. Obviously, the color is perfect for what I'm doing today, and I love that terracotta peeking through, adding a little more of a rustic look to it as well. So I thought I would use that here on the third shelf, but soon change my mind. I have found that one of the reasons I do wait to put everything away at the end is just in case I want to use it once again in a different way in the same space. You know, I enjoy shopping my house and reusing things often. So this just makes it really easy because I don't have to go very far to search for something different. Now, I did end up switching the shorter urn to the bottom shelf and replacing it with something else that I have had for a very long time. Josiah gifted this to me years and years ago, and I love it so much. I think it's so pretty, and again, it has that lighter background color in it, but then has my beloved black. Now, I am in need of some sticky dots. I use them so much around the house and tend to run out, so today I use some simple tape instead, and it worked like a charm to keep this ornament in place. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of decorate the rest of the shelf, and then we'll be done with this area. Okay, now we are moving on to what became my favorite part of the entryway. I'm doing something a little bit different here. I'm going to use my wintry garland and just have it peek over the top of the prints, but mainly having it cascade down the wall and onto the floor. This garland came from Walmart. They were so popular a few years ago and they were flying off the shelves, but I do believe they have them this year as well. So if you are looking for one, I would definitely go there. It is a great little garland, and once I got it all fluffed up, it looks so pretty. Now, I did decide I wasn't going to add in any other greenery to this one and went straight on to my lights. Now, these battery operated lights are one of my favorites, and I do pick them up each year from Walmart and just have them on hand because I love using them. They have a built-in timer and several different little light functions that I'm showing you right now, from twinkling to wave to just steady on. I think there's about 9 different functions, so they just work out perfectly. I did decide to keep the battery pack on the floor in case I needed to turn them on when they weren't scheduled to come on, if company showed up unexpected, or if I needed to change the batteries out. It was just going to make it that much easier. And I always try to stretch my lights out to where I know they will end on the garland first, and then I know exactly what I have to work with all throughout the garland. And now on to draping the ribbon. I love that it already has that built-in curl from being rolled up, so I can just pretty much let it do its own twisting and turning all along the side of that winter garland. I love the end result. It's not only unique, but having the beautiful scripture on it makes it absolutely perfect for the Christmas season. And like I mentioned earlier, I will be adding on some of these jingle bells. When I spotted them at Hobby Lobby, this is exactly where I thought they would make an appearance. I love the idea of the rusty look they have being paired with this simple paper ribbon, and to bring a little elegance into the whole vignette, I thought some velvet ribbon would be the perfect finishing touch. The other day, as I was watching Liz decorate on her channel, Tradition by the Season, she had her Christmas lights twinkling. So she inspired me to have mine twinkle as well. I am all about it right now. I usually just have them set on steady, but I love the twinkle of these lights. So thank you, Liz, for the inspiration. I am loving it. These jingle bells were so easy to attach by using a simple ornament hook to wrap around a piece of garland, and then finishing it off with that gorgeous piece of ribbon made it all come together. I absolutely love the outcome of the entire entry. I think it came together so well and does a great job of welcoming others in. And after all, that is really what the holidays are all about, isn't it? Spending time with others. Now, I know along with the holiday season comes the season of busyness. We often have so much on our plates and a to-do list that can be a mile and a half long. I have even shared with you my frustrations of the other day while trying to tackle some decorating. I became so frazzled at the idea of not accomplishing what I thought I should have. So when an unexpected guest comes knocking at the door in the most inopportune time, we are sure to let out a grumble. But the Lord has asked us to offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. So instead of grumbling at that sudden knock at the door, think of it as a gift of true friendship. Having someone willing enough to stop by, knowing they might be intruding on your day to say hello, or maybe even with a need. They came to you. You were the one they thought of that day. Or maybe you were the one they knew they could count on. Oh, I completely understand wanting to get everything accomplished on your to-do list. And maybe in the back of your mind, you were thinking, well, that is not going to happen today. But instead, maybe if we changed our thinking just a little bit, we can be just as eager to find out what is going to happen with this little visit. Just like letting that ribbon kind of do its thing by twisting and turning all around that garland, maybe we need to be willing to let God do his thing. Let him twist and turn in our day today. All right, dear friends, I am going to bring this one to a close. Before I do, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming along with me. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. As always, I wish you a wonderful rest of your week. Remember to stay safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.